Welcome to the Tony the Prophet channel for week 13. We give you our top three picks versus the NFL spread. So here we go. It's a kind of difficult week to narrow it down to three. I like Denver, but at 3.5, at three, you're probably going to get a push maybe. So we stay away from that one. The Pittsburgh line was like five early. It moved to 6.5. Tomlin's never a good favorite for heavy. I still think they can cover that. Arizona's kind of a mess, but Murray's back, so you want Pittsburgh as a dog. Tomlin's great as a dog. Um, and Chargers, again, you got to bet early. I got Jacksonville minus 7.5. It's up to 9, 8.5, 9, 9.5. I got Chargers at 4.5. It's still shaky on the Chargers at four as a favorite at 5.5, 6. Belichick, if Allen is questionable to play, if Allen doesn't play, they're done. If he plays, he's going to get 18 targets. Put in every prop because this is the only weapon they have. Eckler's not the same. Chargers can't win this week against Zappy. Staley, they should fire him. He should have been fired last year, but they're going to wait to the end of the season. So here we go. We're like Detroit minus 4, 4.5. Detroit 7-4 against the spread. 4-1 against the spread away. They used to be better at home. They lost last week at home, for example. They're better on the road. New Orleans 2-8-1 against the spread. 0-4 at home against the spread. So we have the perfect storm here with the data's telling you what to do. Detroit coming off the embarrassing Turkey Day game. Teams that get embarrassed usually bounce back the next week. But here's the key. Here's the key to the whole game. New Orleans has given up 169 yards in rushing the last 4 weeks. What does Detroit do well? They run the ball, okay? Are not going to need Goff in this one. They have 168 yards rushing uh, the last 4 weeks. So here it is. Uh, Montgomery scores. Gibbs scores. And who's the only person on the other side that could score? Maybe Hill. They have a lot of injuries. Olave's questionable. Shahid's out. It's playing beautifully to the Lions. Okay, so you want a three same game parlay. Gibbs, Montgomery, Kamara to score plus 481. Cha-ching, thank you. Take it to the bank. And so um, Carr cannot score in the red zone. It's a field goal fiesta with New Orleans. And Groupie, the kicker, is questionable. So this is an easy game. Detroit runs the ball, has time of possession. Uh, I'm not going to get into over under because Detroit can pound it on. But I love this. I love this game. Detroit 28-16, easy money. Next game, Miami minus 9.5. I got it 8.5. Looks like today some money's coming in on Washington. It's going down to 8.5 at a few places, but it doesn't matter. Miami 10-4 against the spread last 14 games. Miami 7-4 against the spread in 2023. Um, and Washington 5-6-1 against the spread. But here's the key: they're 0-4-1 against the spread at home. They're terrible at home. Okay, they're 5-2 away. So it plays right into our hand. And what does Miami do like they did last week against the Jets? They beat up on bad teams. Okay, and uh, so here's Miami, number one in offense at 30.5 points a game. Number two in excuse me, number two in scoring, 30.5 points a game. Number one in pass yards. Number two in rush yards. Number one in yards per play, 7 yards per play, please. So uh, you have Howell. He's a better fantasy quarterback than a real quarterback. He gets some garbage time production in this one. Look for big games from uh, Hill and Smith. There, not Smith. Waddle. And so I have this Miami 34-17. They cover no problem. And the last game I'm going to pick is the Rams. Cleveland has a good defense, but they're 30th on the road in points given up, 30 points a game. They're 29th in yards of play on the road, 6.13 yards. They're Jekyll and Hyde. When they're home, the defense is great. Uh, Cleveland 6-4-1 against the spread. 5-1 against the spread. They play much better at home. They're on the road. Guess what? They're in LA. They're 1-3-1 away. Rams have Kyron Williams back. He went crazy last week. 2 touchdowns, one rushing, one passing, 150 plus yards. Get him on your fantasy team. And so, uh, and guess what? Cleveland has Flacco. We're not wacko for Flacco. He hasn't played since last year. He's going to be rusty. And what is he in the pocket? He's a statue. Okay? Aaron Donald's licking his chops trying to get at this Flacco. So, again, I think it's an easy game. They're at home. Uh, Cleveland, little wounded, have some questionable people. So the Rams roll 24-16. So that's it. Those are your three winners. Enjoy the games. We'll hopefully be back here last week. I know I've had a few travel issues and stuff last few weeks and haven't been able to do this production, but we're back. And enjoy the games and tune in and tell your friends, subscribe, and be here next week. Thank you.